and welcome to Niyati, Nigerian Youth Aspiration, Trust and Insight, where we listen, learn, and lead together. Today, we are exploring the role of youth innovation in shaping governance and creating opportunities for national development. Nigerians, across Nigerians, young people are leading change in technology, governance, and social development. Yes, challenges like unemployment, policy gaps, and funding barriers. Today, we ask youth innovation on how to shape a better Nigeria. Here with me in the studio, we have
Chibuchoma.
and your host, Rufaida Kamba. Miss Chibuchoma, you are welcome to Niyati Show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'll be asking you a few questions concerning Nigeria. So, what does youth innovation means to you?
Okay, youth innovation. First off, we need to identify the fact that youth innovation is birthed from problems. So most times before, you know, having to innovate one thing or the other, it's because they have identified that there is a problem and it needs solving. So
Yes.
innovation is birthed from problems. So when we now bring in youth innovation, this is young people, generating or creating new inventions that can help solve problems in the country.
Okay. So, how do you think young people can influence Nigerian decision in government?
Okay, first of all, I believe young people are not actually given the space to do that. So if they can be given the space to do that, if they can be, involved in running for offices,
Yes.
in voting, and joining political parties, that would help them, bring in their new innovations, and then that would be able to, solve some problems we have in the.
Okay. If you had a magic tool, what could you fix in Nigeria?
I had a magic tool, what would I fix in this country? The major problem of this country, like in terms of youth having problems, is the problem of unemployment. So if I had a magic tool, I would definitely use it to fix unemployment in Nigeria.
Is unemployment the only issue you
It's
want to
not the
fix?
only issue, but it's like a very major issue in the country because you see most times we have thousands of young Nigerians, graduating from universities, and most times they do not, they just go to sit at home because they would have applied for many applications and they don't get given, these job opportunities. So we need to create more job opportunities for the youth so that they cannot, just stay at home and
Don't
actually get employed.
Don't you think the youth should be the ones creating jobs for themselves instead of waiting for Nigerians or waiting for someone to employ them?
Yes, I use that's where the whole youth innovation comes in. So if they are able to, acquire these skills that would help them, the problem of unemployment, it is a problem now. So we have youth, if we can have youth that would, create, job opportunities or innovations that would help, them to, create job opportunities for their fellow youths, it would be a very good idea.
Okay, so after job opportunity, what other thing do you think needs to be fixed in this country?
Well, I don't want to, start going deep into politics, but
No, we're not going to politics, we're just
but
saying the major things.
in time, the
Yeah.
world is also evolving, so
Mm-hmm.
we cannot just keep on sticking into, the old ways of doing things. So the more, we.
So, what do you think some young Nigerians feel? Why do you think some young Nigerians feel disconnected from the government?
Most times, youths are not carried along. Like I said earlier, youths are not being, carried along in terms of, political decision making in the country. So, and we live in a country where, you know, most times the elderly ones on seats are, but expected to just obey and respect whatever decisions they make. So sometimes you might see a youth trying to, okay, bring up one or two decisions of their own or innovations of their own that might help solve a particular problem on ground. And then they might just, shut you up because you are too young. What are you trying to do? But they do not know that most of these youths can actually, most of these innovations, these young innovations can actually help solve problems going on in the country. So I feel most they should, create a space, a safe space where youths can actually contribute in terms of political matters in the country.
But the social media is a safe space.
Social media is like the only safe space right now. But even at that, I've seen cases where some Nigerians, comment to a particular post or tweet, for instance, on X, and then you are seeing maybe some hired personnel will just come and hunt you down in your house or something for making such comments.
But in the
So it's not
Nigerian law,
entirely safe.
but in the Nigerian law, we have freedom to speak.
We have freedom to speak,
Then
but
why would they arrest you for
we
speaking?
have it's a very funny situation, but we have freedom to speak, but we are in a very corrupt country. So in as much as you feel like you have freedom to speak, they
Yes.
will hunt you down.
Wow.
They will hunt you
So,
down. So freedom of speech is not exactly freedom of speech again.
okay. So, what other advice do you think you can give to prevent you being arrested for speaking?
Well, most times, most of these Nigerians, I feel the way structure your words or whatever contribution you're trying to make to the country political matters is very
Yes.
important. So you should structure your words in a very polite manner because in this country, the elderly people that are on seats do not like being spoken to in a disrespectful manner. So the way you structure your words is very important. So you should be able to be respectful about whatever opinion it is you're dishing out, you know, for the
Yes.
betterment of the country.
All right. Thank you to our special guest, Ms. Chibuchioma, and thank you to our viewer. Remember, change starts with honest, practical actions. I am your host, Rufaida Kamba, and this is Niyati, Nigerian Youth Inspiration, Trust, and Insight. Thank you for listening, learning, and leading together. See you in our next episode.